Yo, what's up, guys? Dude, I gotta have to kneel down a little bit to well, I have to, duck down and get to that camera. But right now, LA is a flipping war zone, bro. Check it out. Violence to this extent should never, under any circumstance, be supported or condoned, or any type of violence, especially to this extent. You hear it? Gavin Newsom is trying to twist the whole entire narrative and make his own. Gavin Newsom wants to make his own version of the truth, and try to make it where he wants to make his own truth up to deceive everybody. These riots in LA are caused by Joe Biden's open door policy. Open border policy, I meant. Correct that. Only riots for 3 straight nights. Protesters throw objects at National Guard troops, pretty much. Look, some of these protesters, they're holding Mexican flags. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But the violence and the throwing the bottles at law enforcement is completely insane. ICE agents have to have masks on because people are trying to dock their families, trying to go after their families, going after their friends. I mean, it's bad. The modern Democrats are insanely violent and destructive. I mean, look at this. Look. See what President Trump said?
Not doing their jobs to stop the anti-ICE mayhem.
Look.
And as Christina Coleman just reported, Newsom is accusing Trump of trying to
Gavin Newsom, look. Gavin Newsom wants to create his own false narrative. I do not believe that Gavin Newsom is a credible guy because he has let's just say he has a rough history.
Accused Trump of escalating the drama is now threatening to withhold federal taxes, Alicia, over Trump's use of federal resources to squash the riots, put an end to the violence. Scott Bessent, our Treasury Secretary, actually responded.
Donald Trump is just doing his job. ICE are just doing their job. The National Guard is doing their job. And it's hurting their ego. Look at this.
In a major city. We all know what happens when you have protests, riots.
I don't know if they'll show it again, but they had a Palestine flag up. I mean, this is all happening as we speak. I mean, this is insane. This is absolutely insane.
They went in to get people accused of second-degree murder, people accused of child abuse and the like, instead of saying...
By the way, if anyone tries to tell you that Trump is suppressing peaceful protests, look, he's waving the flag. He's waving the flag. Look, this is video proof. Look, National Guard, they're staying still doing absolutely nothing. Do not let anyone try to tell you any other narrative than the truth. The Democrats will say anything they want, especially Newsom. Gavin Newsom is the biggest moron there is in the American politics. Look.
Flashing middle fingers and people hurling objects at law enforcement. The reason that the National Guard has been called in by the president
Fox News. People diss it all the time, but it's actually really, really, really credible.
Los Angeles and Gavin Newsom and Mayor Bass and these other so-called authorities in that neck of the woods seem much more interested in blaming Donald Trump for the chaos of these people caused by people in their political coalition than they do protecting those law enforcement officers who, by the way, the standing policy in LA and in California, the sanctuary city and state respectively, the policy
This is the stuff that's happening.
federal law enforcement doing its
People
job
are being free.
to participate
People are
in
being
enforcement of the
peaceful.
law. And so if that's the reality,
This is the National Guard. This is the protesters.
clearly is
No one is doing nothing wrong.
to protect.
But when you get violent, they have to withhold the law. You cannot criticize Donald Trump for doing his job. It's absolutely ridiculous.
He refuses to do this for entirely political reasons. It's just politics all the way down with these people, but the images speak for themselves, and if they think this is doing them any good politically, I think they are delusional.
There are constituents, Joe, that, residents of California, residents of Los Angeles that are living through this right now in this moment. And you got to imagine that many of them don't agree with the protests and the violence that's happening and unfolding in their very streets.
Nope.
Do you think this
Not everyone is involved in it, but guess what? Everyone has to live through it.
change and elimination?
So I moved away from the newsline a little bit. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of context. So this morning, or it was sometime yesterday, I don't really remember. But basically, here's what happened. So Donald Trump was telling Gavin Newsom to get this stuff under control. And Gavin Newsom was just running his mouth. Gavin Newsom didn't really want to do anything. So Donald Trump wasn't going to wait around to wait until Gavin Newsom to do something. So Donald Trump took it upon himself to send the National Guard to California to actually help with this stuff that's going on. And as you see, Donald Trump is doing a great job at stopping this violence. Anyone who thinks that Donald Trump is adding fuel to the fire is an idiot. Because from any news source, and I mean any news source, that's not CNN or MSNBC, from real news sources, they'll show you the real situation. Not everyone is violent. No. But is there, I mean, let's be real here. This is what blue states look like. This stuff only really happens in blue states. Because people in red states don't throw a temper tantrum when things don't go their way.
According to his wife, the first lady, that's because they had their windows down there.
Look at the graffiti on the. Look at the graffiti on the. Look at the graffiti. Look at the graffiti. That's disgusting.
We had that statement from her saying, everything's under control. We got this. She has no credibility.
Resist racism. You guys are the only ones being racist. What are you talking about? Hypocrites. Every single one of these people, if they stand for freedom, and if they stand for peace, and if they stand for racism, if they're in this protest, if they stand for anti-racism, they are a hypocrite. They are a hypocrite. Every single one of these people are a hypocrite. The National Guard is there to protect everyone, and there to protect the peace, and there to prevent this situation from getting more out of control.